to study what are the different possibilities that could happen with technology, and also with other professionals who are not in technology but who know the field in different fields, so to understand what are the impacts, because there should be one of the framework that I created. We need
Sounds good. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Actionable ESG Talk series brought to you by AKFI, Actionable Knowledge Foundational Institute, the world's first nonprofit industry consortium, bringing together future experts committed to bridging the gap between ESG, sustainability, and digital transformation. My name is Isabella. I am the co-host here with Manuel, another co-host here, also the executive director at the AKFI, and our special guest today, Nadia. Hello, Nadia from Florida.
Hello, Manuel.
Hello, Nadia.
I wish you can show us the beach weather there. I am sure it's a great, fantastic background.
Yes, I'm enjoying the view. It's mostly on the green side, but the beach is not too far. Yeah.
And thanks to this talk series, we get to brainstorm and discuss with great minds like Nadia and many others to together discuss the current state and the future state of sustainability, ESG, and digital transformation. And about Nadia is a renowned business and technology leader, CEO of Digital Transformation Leaders, a management consulting firm specializing in information technology and digital innovation services. And Nadia has a mission. Her mission is to empower businesses and organizations worldwide, enabling them to thrive in the new digital era. I particularly like the new word here because I think it makes a difference. And Nadia, it also has beyond her wealth of experience in the executive advisory roles for DT, digital transformation, and artificial intelligence, and she's also a recognized leader, being one of the top 10 thought leaders in digital transformation, innovation, and leadership by Thinker 360. In 2021, she was also honored as one of the top 30 most inspiring women in artificial intelligence. Nadia has a book called Leveraging Digital Transformation, which has been the go-to source for companies and leaders in digital transformation and business innovation strategies. Welcome again, Nadia, for joining us today. Please tell us your thoughts on today's digital transformation, ESG, and sustainability trends, and how do you see them emerge together and also converge together?
Thank you again, Isabella, for having me and for this impressive introduction. Actually, I don't like to introduce myself, and I'm so happy when someone else does it. So, about sustainability, the thing is that sustainability, just like digital transformation today, and they have become buzzwords. But for us, digital transformation leaders, we always saw from the beginning that there was an implication in it, and it has always been there. But today, it's more exposed. So digital transformation, through digital transformation, that's meant to transform for the digital age, we have to consider sustainability, because today we talk a lot about green energy, protecting the planet. That's all part of digital transformation, because digital transformation is transforming the world we are today for the digital age. And everything that is in the world, everything that is on this planet, everything will be impacted in this digital age. So therefore, sustainability cannot be done outside of digital transformation. Every businesses, every company has a footprint on the planet in whatever they are doing, whether we acknowledge it or not. And sustainability is a way for every business and every individual to understand how we have an impact in this world. in this planet, in what we are doing. And sustainability allow us to define it. Just like in digital transformation, we are using technology for improving our lives, for developing a new reality. But this technology as well has impact. There are responsibilities, because what happened with the digital age, a lot of barriers are broken. The barrier of time, distance. So there are impacts. So with sustainability, we can take the time to look at the different impact closer, more in detail.
Thank you very much. And before I continue, actually, we have a special today because we have not one, but two bestseller authors on the show. And Isabella is what we call it, a social futurist. And she published a book last year, almost a year, right, Isabella?
Yes, it will be 1 year next month.
Congratulations, Isabella.
Thank you, Nadia.
And she's exploring the digital mind of tomorrow, which came very fast as it does with ChatGPT and Bard and all the other AI technologies exploding in almost real time.
That's very interesting. So I will be researching your book and reading it.
I already did yours.
So when we met the first time, Nadia, we were talking about your framework for digital transformation success, and I wanted to ask you what is sort of your formula for this successful digital transformation? It's a complex question, I know.
Excellent question, Manuel. Excellent question. Thank you. Well, my first book, I named it The Digital Transformation Success Formula. That was the first time I was defining digital transformation, because at that time, that was around 2015, there were no definition for it. And at that time, it was not a buzzword like today. And it was after rescuing a few digital transformation initiatives. So I had learned the hard way. What will it be? So the digital transformation success formula, I define it as individual transformation, time, business transformation, time, technology transformation, and all divided by fear. What it means that in order to transform, we need people, in order to transform our world or reality or businesses, we need the individual first to transform, because it's people making the decision, it's people implementing, it's people adopting. With the change of mindset, then we can change the business. When we change the business, change our strategy or business strategy for the new digital reality. And then we bring the technology in it to power our strategy. And all divided by fear. You know, Manuel and Isabella, you know, people are very fearful of technology, because before, people always think digital transformation is all about technology, and I'm not in technology, I'm not interested. And that couldn't be more wrong. We use technology as a tool to power the digital age, to power our strategy. But we cannot lead with technology. We need leaders. We need business strategy. And all that, we power them with technology. And that's why the digital transformation success formula is holistic. It takes into consideration the individual, and from individual, you get organization, multiply with many people, the business strategy, the technology, and reducing fear so that people can adopt this technology. People can innovate and let go of their fears, let go of the past mindset, so that they can go further in transforming and creating the new digital reality.
So you probably the first speaker that talks about digital transformation and equates it to fear. I heard many saying it's risk-taking or risk avoidance and so on, but really naming it the way it is, right? It's fear. It stops people from innovation, stops them from transformation, stops from adopting technologies, and notwithstanding from sustainability for progressing on sustainability. So,
yes.
And but the fear, I'm sorry, please go ahead.
Sorry, thank you. In my book, Leveraging this Digital Transformation, there is an image, a schema. I made a graphic image, the different faces of fear, because we do not, when we say fear, you think always people who are fearful would just maybe afraid of something. But fear encompasses much more than that, because you talk about risk management. The risk is what we are afraid of. Okay. And in fear, there is conscious fear, there are unconscious fear. And in my graphic, I take care of that, showing the different attitudes, the different attitudes someone could have, and how people react to different situations. This is because of fear that sometimes we are not even comfortable to address, or fear that we're not conscious of that. So both the conscious and the unconscious fear. And in all this fear, of course, the risks are in there, the contingencies to be defined, and also the self-transformation that should happen with the individual in order to really have real transformation.
I do see a connection between your book and Isabella's, because this angst, right, the way the psychiatrists or psychologists are calling it, which is fear, right? The feeling of fear seems to be a link in exploring the future as well as the the current state of the digital transformation. And as we speak about that, was very recent announcement. So we put fear in balance with changes in regulations, changes in behaviors, changes in attitudes of people toward digital transformation and sustainability. And Microsoft just announced that they created a special group to look at cloud sustainability in the light of the European Community, European Union changes in legislations, which poses also, it's a stick and carrot legislation. And apparently will affect not only Microsoft, but about 10,000 US-based companies that operate in Europe. So with this in mind, I wanted to ask you, go a little bit deeper in this need to integrate. You started by saying integrating the digital transformation and sustainability, but how do you see it happening in present and the near future?
Well, you touch several points. You talk about regulations, you talk about the fear of people, especially in Europe. Well, in Europe, we are very good at putting rules, putting regulation, much more than here in the States. So that means more rules. More rules are coming. And it's a necessity, because we are talking about the latest artificial intelligence development. So there are so many things you can do them. They are tools. They are powerful tools. So that is one thing in the beginning I spoke about in my book, the first edition, talking about the limit of our freedom as human, but as well the animal as well. They have the right to be there as well. So, but we should be above the animals. But at the same time, it's a question of moral. So when we are looking at sustainability, we are looking at a future for everybody, whether we are human, whether it's animal, or the fauna, the flora, the ecosystem. We need to include all in it. So there is a respect that needs to be taken into account for the human race, for the fauna, for the flora. And sometimes, some people will look at only at their interests. So therefore, it's the necessity to have rules. It's important, but the innovation is going faster than the rules are going. Like, we know when it comes to government, it takes like forever for everything compared to private businesses. So we need to get more and more leaders, government leaders, to understand the technologies, the possibilities, the impact that could have, and even some impact that we do not know. So that's why we need committees like you, me, Isabella, putting ourselves all together to study what are the different possibilities that could happen with technology, and also with other professionals who are not in technology but who know the field in different fields, so to understand what are the impact, because there should be one of the framework that I created. We need protectors. I put leaders, protectors, different roles. So together only we can define rules and also help not only government but every institution, every community. There should be rules because the tools are powerful, and there are people with good intention, there are people with less good intention, there are people in different situations who need to make a decision without knowing the impact. They might make a decision that affect so many other people unknowingly. So there is a necessity for us leaders to sit together to better understand every single technology, every single innovation that is coming. What are the impact? How could we protect everyone while we use the technology for the greater good? This is a necessity. So in terms of sustainability is for our future. It's not just a buzzword, it's for our future survival, or it's that as well for every animal. I say the fauna, the flora, just to generalize it, but it's something as important that we should be having communities, discussions, and understanding impact and how we can protect everyone, define the rules, etc.
Lucky because at AKFI we actually started a couple of years ago to work and understand this gap between digital transformation and sustainability and ESG. So we're at the beginning, but we feel very strongly that there is a lot of interest now in understanding. And as you said, knowledge. We say knowledge is power, but knowledge is also the antidote to fear.
Yes.
So that's what I think linking the. A very quick question. When we talk about digital transformation, we cannot not have a question about ChatGPT and AI, and I know you are an expert on it.
Yes.
What do you see as our future, especially in the using the lens of sustainability?
Well, ChatGPT has been very helpful to me. I know for many of my collaborators, that was not a good thing because I will use less of the service. I didn't say I will suppress the service. I will use less of them because there are a lot of things I want to do by myself. And ChatGPT, when I saw it, the main sector that come into my mind is the education sector. Because I have children and they go to school, there are lots of things I want them to learn. It's like I remember at school at some point, they didn't want us to have calculator when I was younger. They wanted you to learn to calculate first. And some tables, you know them by heart. When I see my children today, the way they do calculation is not the way I used to. They do a lot of mental calculation, which I think is good. But when we are seeing ChatGPT, we want to use AI to help human, okay? So that we can do more creative things. Because anyway, we use less than 10% the urban capacity. So with that, there are lots of things we can delegate to the machine. And the machine is better at some stuff than the human, such as calculation, storing, memory storage, and things like that. So we need to capitalize on that. That's why I'm thinking of education. We need to review the education system, see how we can empower the system and not just prepare people to just compete with the machine because the machine will win. So we need to change the focus of the education now, not just retaining by memory, but more creativity, more innovativity. We need that. So there will be a lot of impact. There are positive impact, there are negative impact. Just like I had said earlier, there are things that we need to make community sit together, understand the technology, see what are the impact, how we can use it for the greater good, and what are some limitations we should put, what are some rules, especially for kids learning, that because they are at an age where they are developing different capacity of their brain, we don't want to alter that. We want them to, because there are lots of things myself, I've already acquired them. I won't impact me that much. But the kid growing up who hasn't developed that capacity, because it is an intelligence that they are developing. Okay. We should allow them to develop that part of intelligence, even though later they may choose, because with ChatGPT, there are lots of error as well, because I tested it. So I will test it to like break it down or try to see the limits. I'm an IT.
So your next book will be co-authored by ChatGPT?
I don't know, but whatever the technology, I like to challenge the technology to see the limits, because when I see the limit, I see how I can best use it. And I will see the limit of ChatGPT. So there are limits. We should not just take everything. So that's when you develop that kind of intelligence, then you can challenge the tool, because in innovation today, a lot of products on the market, they are not perfect. No, they have so many imperfections, but you can only challenge them and getting to know their limits and how to use them only if you get that intelligence. And that's why I believe that it's important in education to allow our children to develop some part of their intelligence, because when the machine fail, they could see it, they do not use it blindly, they can know, okay, now I'm going to substitute my intelligence in this part and not just take just what the machine gave me. So that's my point.
Well, thank you. Well, time is is going very, very fast. And before the last question, we'd like to invite you back a couple of months when we'll have more on, maybe focus on the ChatGPT itself so I'll turn back to Isabella.
Thank you. Thank you, Nadia, for your belief and for your theory. And I can see your passion and your faith in that. And before we end the conversation, please give our audience your best piece of advice as the bestseller author of the Leveraging Digital Transformation. What is the call to action to integrate digital transformation, ESG, and sustainability?
First, thank you very much for having me. It was a pleasure to share my point of view and discuss with you. And the last words about digital transformation, about the state we are in today, is to keep innovate. To keep innovate and do not separate sustainability from digital transformation, because sustainability is part of digital transformation. Because if we separate sustainability from digital transformation, then we can even destroy the human race. We can destroy our own intelligence. We can destroy whatever we have today that is valuable. So sustainability is, let's say, the conscious brain of digital transformation, because we want the future to be there for our children, for our grandchildren. And sustainability, especially today, with the most advanced tool that we have, we should always include sustainability today. It's even more important today than yesterday, because yesterday we didn't have some of the tools that we have today. So sustainability should be part of digital transformation today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to you as well.
Thank you. Thank you, Nadia, for taking the time, and thank you to our audience as well. Make sure to join us every week for a new episode of AKFI's Actionable ESG Talk series, where you can gain new perspectives on how to mitigate risk and create a value by integrating ESG and digital transformation. Until the next week, goodbye from Isabella, Manuel, and Nadia.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Nadia.